And I don't want you to have to do that because it's kind of pointless once you realize you get all the way to the end and it's like, damn, I learned all that just to do this. Then why don't you just teach me this? So
said Archer, a million miles running, happy stuttering. I stumbled out the gate, then I realized nice guy had to make it mean. Had to show my ass, that's the only way to make a scene. I'm not invisible, though they try to make me seem the dopest individual. Flip vocals over trampolines, you see my focus, my motives is to trample teams. Flow it's like the ocean, but I'm floating you that Dramamine.
What you're about to witness is my thoughts. Anything that I may say, it's just what I was seeing at the time. I'm not advising anyone to do anything except your own due diligence. Except your own due diligence. What's still kicking up dope.
Ready for my questions?
Yeah, I'm ready for your questions. You have the floor.
So first one is, we previously noted that we have several numbers, spaces, each one with colors. You know what
you mean the moving average, several moving averages.
Yes, so those moving averages are the same for every chart, right?
Yes. No matter what the time frame is, like those are settings that are going to be on any chart that you see from me or ideally in the community, but some people do use different formats.
Mm-hmm. So why is that?
For whatever reason, people gravitate towards certain moving averages. We don't use the same moving averages that they gravitate toward, but if you're like watching the news on CNBC, or you're hearing somebody talk about moving averages, other technical traders, they're going to talk about like the 50 period moving average, the 100, the 150, the 200, the 250. Some people go down to the 9 like we use, the 20. It all depends on your time frame. People are going to tell you different reasons for why they use different moving averages. It's all a matter of preference. So I wrote these articles in the KBWS toolkit. Did you read those two? One was called Moving Averages.
Maybe I missed
and
that.
The other one was called Moving Averages. It's on the KBWS channel. Just look at November 26th. That's when I talk the second article on moving averages. That's going to talk about the number of them I'm using. And it'll probably be confusing because of some of the language I'm using. Like I'm talking more metaphysical stuff, but I tried to break it down. So I look at them as frequency. So people who believe that price is going to react at the 9 period EMA are trading at a certain frequency. Like we could say anytime price is above the yellow and the green, we're going to be bullish. And then we can say anytime it falls below, we're going to be bearish. Like what happens when we're below this and we're trading below it? What caused this bounce right here? Because you know that historically and just based on the law of averages, it's going to react to something that it's reacted to before. But because there are so many forces working, it's kind of hard to you limit your opportunities if you only look at it from 1 or 2 moving averages.
All right, you explain a little bit more?
Yeah, so we're on the weekly time frame. And if we were just playing this out, let's say you were in, because the question you asked me earlier today was when you get the alerts, what does it mean? So I'm going to try to think of something. After we go through this example, we'll go through something that we got an alert for today or something that we've recently got one for. So we know we got the conditions that we need. But on this one, we don't do bearish alerts, but this crossover right here, you see where the yellow is crossing under the green?
Yes.
All right. So that's bearish. At that point, I told everybody way back here because we closed below the green. As soon as we closed down here, we were out of that position. So way back in July of 2021, we got the crossover that put us into bull mode on UUP. We're looking at UUP, but the ticker don't matter. UUP is the dollar, by the way, the US dollar. See how when I zoom out, how bullish it looks?
Uh-huh.
It's a completely different picture than the question you asked me about how to make money quick. So let's go down to a smaller chart. I'm just trying to make sure you understand some of the fundamentals because we're on a larger time frame. Buddy, be still, man. You're moving the camera.
Hello? Yes, I see the same chart.
Making sure you just, all right, so cool. All right, so we're looking at this chart. We zoomed out and it looks bullish now. The reason it looks bullish is because we could draw a Fibonacci retracement, or we could look at how we play our long-term weekly investor strategy. So if I'm in up here, I've been in since July of 2021. I made a lot of money. Now I'm starting to look at it break down. Once I get down here, I'm getting out of the position that I got in July 2021. I'm waiting for it to come down here so I can get back in. Now that it's down here, I'm like, okay, I don't know if it's going to bounce right here, but it should. So I'm going to start loading up. I'm going to buy my first position. And then when it gets down here, I'm going to buy my second position because I'm still bullish. It's still bullish until I break below this line. And I can show you why, but I don't want to start drawing on the chart. So just trust. You get like, in the beginning, you're going to trust it. And then it's just going to be a feeling. If you want to spend time learning all this stuff, you're going to have to sacrifice the making money aspect until you learn it. And I don't want you to have to do that because it's kind of pointless once you realize you get all the way to the end and it's like, damn, I learned all that just to do this. Then why don't you just teach me this? So all of the stocks have been through the 10 stock commandments. So we know that they're a good investment. But what we don't want to do is be stuck in a buy and hold mode.
Just so you know, I will need to cut in 5 minutes.
Okay, that's cool. All of this stuff is written in the articles. Once you get into the tool set and read these articles, I think it'll be expressed better because I'm still fighting. Like I feel groggy, but
yeah, and I will have a better idea of what to ask.
Right. And yeah, and it's all like the articles were written with your questions in mind. So I wrote the moving averages article and then I had to write another one.
Million miles ahead of my closest competition. You love it if you listen. You ask me what lift is. I'll tell you the story of one big kid, a boombox, a pen, and a dream. The fact my mind's racing, it's not a bad thing. In fact, my mind's racing, it's the sting for the machine. So full speed ahead, put the anchors on deck. We got a million more miles to go. We can't sleep.
I said, shit, man, I don't know. I'm staring at the clock watching.